Hi there. So today I'm going to showcase some things I've made in this game. This game is made with the RetroGameEngine. Um, and I'm going to show you some scripts, some things that I did and how the level looks like. It's quite a simple level, which is meant to be a little bit of a puzzle, adventure kind of thing, a one level game actually. But it could be expanded with many more levels with different kind of things. So let's explore the level first. This is the start screen with a player in the middle of a little room, and there are more rooms. There's a room here, which you can to which you will be transported to. Then there's something here. This platform will move from left to right and right to left. Here there's also a puzzle, and then we here have some kind of a maze, which you have to find your way through. I'm going to walk through the end. That's here. A little room with another door which opens automatically. Quite a large platform. Then you have to walk here, here, and then you have to set the right combination of levers to unlock this last teleport device. So when you start this game, the first thing you get is some kind of an intro. And I accomplished it with the on startup event. So a few things happen here. First we set some registers to 0, that is for the first puzzle, I will explain later. Then we have the moving platform, which I set some registers for. I also will address that later. The set timeout will every second move the platform. Then I load some sound and I play the sound at volume 20, and 1 indicates that it's going to loop. Then I set some colors for the text, foreground, background, and the model form of model box colors. And in here I check if register 40 is 0. If it is, then it's the first time we're here, so then we're going to do the intro. And in this if block I set register 40 to 1, so the next time I get here then the intro is not shown. Because if you die in the level, then this event will be executed again, but the second and third and every other time not with the intro. So then I have the countdown. So there's a countdown of 5 minutes 30 seconds, which is being initiated here. So about the intro, I show an image, splash.bin, then I set a timeout of 1 second, and then it should execute timer slot 12. So let's go to timer slot 12. I do that by right clicking, timer slots, I enter 12, and now we're here. So the first thing I do is show a message. As you see, show message, you can use it over lines. This is the only function in which you can do that. So welcome adventurer. Then I wait for a user key, and or if I press on the gamepad actually. If that happens, then I fade the screen to black. I again show the image, actually to just refresh the screen with the image, and then I show another message. And when the message is shown, I fade back to full luminosity, wait for a user key, then fade again to black, show a new message, and fade back to full full brightness, etc, etc, etc. And at the end I clear the screen, set a timeout to execute time slot 10, and the countdown is initiated, which is needed because the first time it doesn't go to the end of the startup event, so it's actually the redundant code. but that's not a problem. So let's have a look at timer slot 10, which is executed, well, after 3/60th of a second, which is actually almost immediately. Timer slot 10. So in this timer slot, I set a timeout to execute timer slot 10 again. So every second this time slot is being executed now. And if register 73 is 0, which means that the sound stops playing, I reinitiate the sound. That's because of the when the game is being reset because player died, then we have to do this. So then the game starts and the user can start walking and do anything they like. On several tiles I have events. If I hold down the Alt key on my keyboard, I can see all tiles which have custom events for these tiles. So let's start with this tile. It's an on interact event. It was the purple one. So if you interact with this tile, like if you're in front of a terminal, it says follow the path of the restless traveler to the light of escape. Then it waits for user key and it clears the screen. So there's actually a hint in what you have to do. As you see, there are 4 white events. These are the on enter events on these 4 tiles. And if that happens, then I set the register to 0 and execute timer slot 0. So this sets register 0, this one sets register 1, the other one will be 2, and that one will be 3. And each time that happens, timer slot 0 is being executed after 10/16th of a second. So let's check timer slot 0. Well, if we didn't walk on the first tile, we exit this event. If we didn't walk on the second and the third and the fourth tile, we exit also. But if we did, then we set tile 7,9, that's X7Y9, to tile 31. Well, that happens to be this tile, and we set it to this tile. So actually we put a teleport tile there. So how does it work? I'll start the game. Oh, but then I have to wait, so I will just skip that in the video. So now we are playing. The countdown is running. If I hit space on this tile, I'll get the message as we've seen. And if I walk on these specific tiles, then suddenly a tile appears here. So as you can see, if I hold down the Alt key, there's also an on interact event with this tile. So let's check it on interact. So if this tile at this position tile 31 is there, which is only after all 4 tiles have been visited, then I play a teleport sound. I fade the screen to black. I'll teleport the user to tile X5Y26, and I put the screen back to full brightness, and I show a message that I did a good job. I wait for user key and I clear the screen. So they go to tile 5,26, which happens to be here. This is tile 526. So this is the second puzzle I have to solve. I hold down the Alt key and you see again that there's an on-interact event here. Let's check it. So there's a lot of things happening. First we play a switch sound because it's a switch, and every time you use it, it's playing the switch sound. Then I set a timeout to timer slot 3. Well, let's explore that one first. Oh, actually it doesn't do anything anymore. That's the wrong one. So interact, so this one can actually be removed. So if tile at coordinate 5,22 is tile type 16, then we fade a little bit. So 15 is full brightness, so 13 is a little bit less full brightness. And we set some tiles at different locations and different types, which are needed for some future puzzles. And if it's done, then we exit. So if tile 5,22 is not 16, then I set the tiles to something else. So let's have a look. Again, I have to walk around these tiles. I can teleport to here. I get the message and I can switch, and as you see, there's the lights going more or less out. And the clue in this one is that the tile here is a little bit different. So this is a special tile again. So let's go back to the edit mode. If I hit Alt, then you see there's an onInteract event. So when I check the event, I see that I set register 5 to 1, and I show a message: you've picked up a floor tile, and (1) indicates that the message is shown at the bottom of the screen. Then I do a 2-second wait and execute timer slot 1. So let's check timer slot 1. I just cleared the screen. So that's just for hiding the message I displayed earlier. So what does it do? Setting register 5 to 1, well, it actually indicates that I've picked up a tile. There's no real inventory yet in this game, but I just display the message that you have a tile, so let's assume it is there. As you can see, there is an interact event on this tile. Let's explore that one. So it checks if register 5 already is 1, so if I have picked up a tile, I set the tile at position 17,28 to tile 11, which is this tile, 17,28, and tile 11 is this tile. So actually it closes this gap. But that's not all. I also set register 5 to 0, so I don't have the tile anymore. So once I've done that, then I'll just show it. We go again here. I pick up the tile, and 2 seconds later the message disappears. And now if I go here, it just completes the path, which means I can go to here. And here there's another terminal. I can check, don't fall off. Well, what does it mean? This is the platform we saw earlier, and it is moving. So how do I accomplish this moving? As you've seen at the startup event, you do this. This is the start X value of this tile, which actually is, let's go here, this one is X30 and X31. So I put these values in register 6 and 7, and I store a 0 in register 8, indicating the direction of the platform. 0, it's moving from left to right, 1 is moving from right to left. And then I set a timer, a timeout actually, which has been executed 1 second after this, and it executes time slot 2. So let's check time slot 2. Oh. There's quite a lot happening here. First, I set the timeout again to this timer slot. So this timer slot is being executed every second. If register 6 is 34, which means that the platform is at the other side, So if you have a look here, this is 35. Which timer slot was it again? 2, I guess. Yep. I set register 8, which was pointing at the direction, to 1. So it means we're at the right side and now we're going to the left side. Then we check if register 8 is 0, which means we are moving from left to right. I set the tile, which is in register R7, so register 7, which stores the x coordinates of the first tile of the platform. Y is always 26, it's always moving along a horizontal line. I set it to 8, which means it's like the black sky tile. Then I increment register 7 with 1, so we're moving 1 to the right, and the tile with coordinates which from the x is in register 7, I make it tile 11, which means it's a platform tile. And the same I do for the tile left of this tile. So we're moving the right tile of the platform first and then the left tile. And if the direction is the opposite, so if it is not 0, it is 1, then I do the opposite. I do first the left tile, I decrement the x coordinate of this tile and set it, and I do the same for the other tile. And then if we have reached the left side again, I put the direction back to 0, which means we're going from left to right again. So this means the platform is just going from left to right. Well, from here there's another puzzle. As you can see, these are the tiles which have an interact event. This one will just show a message. In the shadow of the night, the journey continues. So, what does it mean? Well, it's a puzzle, of course. These 4 tiles are being set by this lever, which are these ones, these 4. So they are set to tile 31 or 32, alternatively. 31, 32. So it's like an inactive and an active teleport platform. So the light has to be off or a little bit dimmed for the teleport tiles to be active. And once they're active, they all have an interact event. If we check this one, we go to timer slot 4, and this one the same, and this one the same, and this one is a different one. So first check timer slot 4. So we check if the tile in register from which the X is register 60 and 61, which actually is the tile the user is currently on. So the X coordinate of the current tile is stored in register 60, and register 61 is the Y coordinate of the tile the user is currently on. If it is tile 32, which means an inactive teleport tile, then we show a message not active, and we set timeout to clear the screen after 2 seconds. If that's not the case, so it means it's tile 31, which means it's an active teleport platform, then we play the teleport sound, fade the screen to black, and we teleport to tile 4,6, which is actually the start tile of the level. And if the user keeps on doing this, then they're just going in an indefinite loop. But this tile was different, as we saw. So let's check this tile. We check for this tile if it's active or not, and if it's not active, we say it's not active. And if register 10 is 1, then we do this, but that's the first time it will be 0. That's the first time this will happen. We set register 10 to 1, just a flag, and we set the timeout to timer slot 4 to execute, which means that the player again is being teleported to the start, but now register 10 is 1. So the player has to do the same path again, and the second time he tries this, register 10 will be 1, and if it is, then we will teleport to a different place, to tile X32 Y7, which is the next part of the puzzle, which is here. So then they enter the maze. And from the maze on, it's just trying to find the way. And at the end, the user comes here, and here they have to set the correct combination of levers. So you see all these tiles have interact events. This one shows a message with some information about what they have to do. And when you use this one, then we set the lever by calling timer slot 5, and this is the same for all of these tiles. So let's go to timer slot 5. We play the switch sound. We copy register 61 to register 20. 61 is the X coordinate, Y coordinate of the current of the tile which the user is standing on. So we decrease. No, it's the X. It's the Y. It's the Y. It's the Y. Yes, it's the Y. We decrement the copied register. So we copy the Y coordinate to register 20, and then we decrement it by 1. And then we check if the tile the user is currently on X, and Y just to the tile above it. So if you are standing on this tile, it is checking this tile. It's standing on this tile, it's checking this tile. That's the idea. If the tile is 16, which is lever up, 17 is lever down. We set the tile to 17, so we just switch the switch tile, and we set the timeout to timer slot 6. And if it wasn't already 16, then we put it to 16, and we also execute tile slot 6. Now let's go to timer slot 6. So here we're going to check the combination. We're going to set tile 83 by 77 to tile 32. 32 is this tile, which is this one, just to start. Oh, that's the wrong one. We needed to go to 6. And we check the combination. So 17 is the switch down, 16 switch up, so down, up, down, up, up, down is the right combination, and if any of these are incorrect, then we exit this event. But if they all are correct, then we change the tile to 31, which is this tile. We set it to the active teleport tile, and we play some sound effect, victory.cm. I found it at the SD card. It just says something like victory. And as you can see, there's also an event on this tile, and if it is 32, so it's the inactive teleport tile, then we say there's no access and clear the screen after 2 seconds. And if that's not the case, then we show the splash screen from the beginning and say level finished. We wait for a user key, and then we will reset the level so they can just try again. So that's more or less how it works. But there's something more, because if I walk from a platform into the darkness, then I die and have to start over. So how did I accomplish this? Well, we just have to check which tile this is. This is the start tile, and if I go to the events of the start tile, in this case the on enter event, I have a timer set out to timer slot 127, which means you are going to die. I go to timer slot 127. I show a message that you fall into outer space and you can try again, wait for user key and we will reset the level. So also events on tiles in the tile set have the effect of having them on all tiles at once. So that's a quick demonstration of how this game has been developed. I think I've spent 1 or 2 hours more or less drawing and the game and entering all the scripts. What you can also see is that I'm actually using the timer slots for 2 things. One, to have a timed execution of code, but also I use it somewhat like a subroutine. So I can put some code in one place and have it been executed from several other places. So that's it for now. I hope you like it. If you want to know more about the RetroGameEngine and all its updates, then follow, subscribe, and I would appreciate a thumbs up. So thank you, bye bye.